disclaimer, this is how I do it. If you want to follow along what I build here, that is your decision. And yeah, everything you need is down in the description. Everything I use is down there. I hope you guys like this part 2, and I will see you guys in the end. Alright, so we're back. The only different thing I've done here, as you can see, is I did put the Kaowool in, and that's my dog. I did put the Kaowool in, and instead of spraying the Rigidizer, I actually dumped a bunch on here, and it's really freaking hard. But anyway, the other thing I did is, remember, I had a really thin slot cut in. I closed that up again, put the old plate back, and I redid it. So this is 2 by 6, this one here. Now I'm gonna cut this out and do the exact same as I did with the other one, and cut that square in so I have no Kaowool that is exposed. Okay, so now I don't have any Rigidizer left, but it's in, it's over there, it's in, it's been sprayed. So now I think I'll get ready to put the foam piece in and to cast when this is dry. Well, it's welded right around. The world's best welding again. See, it's all even and stuff, and it looks nice. Stacked pennies and stuff. Okay. There we go. Ready for some refractory. Right, so I made my marks. This is where I'm going to weld the flange on, or the keeper for the burners that you stick the burners in. Punched my holes, and that's the outer diameter of those fittings. And I will be using these 3-inch couplings. I'm going to take this one, and on the inside where there's no thread, right in the middle, I will cut this off, because this is a little big. Come on, this is a little big, too tall, so cut that in half and I can have both of them welded on. Okay, so I cut this coupling in half at a bit of an angle. I don't know if you'll be able to see the angle. There. Just like that. So, what I'll do next is I will drill the holes to accept the bolts, the fastening bolts, and drill and tap. I found my calipers, but I now resort to other trickeries. So right over here and there, make my line, and that'll get drilled straight through. To get this thing perfectly perpendicular to that, I just stuck one of my pins through, and I'm eyeballing it from back here to see if it's nice and even. That looks pretty straight. Found the right tap. Here's the tap right there, and stick that in there. Okay, and then don't be a fool, lube your tool always. Until it gets its path and starts cutting. So I don't know if you guys can see, but right in focus, there we go, those little chips in the fluting. So after you've done this a bit, you'll feel it starts gunking up, so then just take it out completely and then clean all that gunk out. And there we go. This is perfectly in position right here. And I think I'm gonna weld it in place. Woohoo! Well, this kind of looks like a forge right now. Nice. So this is just 3/8 threader bar. I cut 8 of them. These 2 are already cleaned up. Come on, focus. Just like that. I got these 2 to clean in my sander, and then put the burners in. Just look at it. Would ya? Just look at it. All right. I haven't lit it yet, but one thing I do need to do is I need to stick some Kaowool in there and some just furnace cement, because it's going to be temporary. If I do build new burners, I'll need to break these out. So furnace cement to seal that off. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. Yeah, this one here is a little deeper, but that doesn't matter. Let's light this thing up. Okay, so that kind of went okay. I really do need to close this off. And there you have it. Okay, so I turned it off now, and all the steam is still coming up. So what I'm trying to do now is trying to get this thing to set and cure by letting the burners run for a bit and then letting it cool down. So as you can see, lots of moisture still in there, which is good. It means it's coming out right now. Did not let it heat up too much. I'm just gonna start doing this slowly but surely, on and off, on and off. Everything's perfectly cured now, no more steam coming out. So next up is applying the ITC 100 ceramic coating. Let's see how that goes. You gotta mix it 2 to 1, so 2 parts of the ITC to 1 part water, and I'm gonna mix that and start applying it with a stiff brush. Okay, here's a product, ITC 100 ceramic coating. I'm using a full pint, and I got this from Canadian Forge and Farrier. And yeah, this is what it looks like. It's pretty gross. It smells nice too. That's a lie. Okay, there's my water. Let's mix this up. Great. Should have known that was gonna happen. Alright, while that is drying, I'm just gonna weld up some of these adjusters there, these threaded bars. Weld that up there and then cut them right in the middle there, so you have a little spot there where you can grab it to tighten down your burners. So they're nice and in now, and yeah, I started up the forge, and I don't know if you can see anything, but yeah, it's really hot. I'm gonna turn this light off real quick. Let me pause this. Okay, what you're seeing now is, I know the quality is really bad. You're looking right through my welding helmet. On the inside, I put a piece of fire brick that I coated with the ITC 100. Now, I don't know if you can see there, but there's a bunch of pit marks and stuff in there. Yes, the forge is melting my fire brick. Let me take this away. Well, guys and gals, I think it's time for the old girl to retire. I'm going to be cutting her up because that is going to be the new stand for the forge. Well, it kind of fits. It is literally barely hanging in there. I'll have to throw in a few welds and close off these spaces here, and then I got space, tongs down, work projects, whatever. I have it right here, and then right off to the right of it, to this side, is the forge press, log splitter thing. Oh, yeah, another thing. So, I don't know if you can hear, but I'm busy getting sick here, but look at this. This is a 12-layer piece of Damascus that I did in there yesterday. So, the dark lines are the Nicholson file, and then in between is 3 layers of bandsaw blades. So it's 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, and then on this side here, 12. So yes, it can do Damascus. Woo! Okay, so next step is coating this with some furnace cement and closing it off, sealing up the Kaowool. I'm just using some of this gray furnace cement. It's good up to 2700 Fahrenheit. So this stuff, when it gets hot, it kind of expands and turns into a really porous material. So what I'll do is I line the inside there just a little bit, and I'm gonna put around the tip of this burner some, and then put it in there and just clean up the inside of whatever falls down the bottom. There. Ooh, nice and squishy. Okay, line it up with this one for height, and close these off, and then I'll clean up the inside. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see, but I lit this up a little bit so some of that furnace cement dried. What I'll do next is I'm gonna take these out. This should stay in place because of that furnace cement that swelled up. And then I'm gonna put a little bit more inside there, stick some Kaowool in, and then cover it with furnace cement. Okay, so this should stay in place now. There we go. Let it move. That is why I like this stuff. Okay, now furnace cement. Get some and stick it in there. Not much, because I'm going to stick Kaowool on top of that and then cover up the Kaowool. So this is going to be just the right amount that I have left here. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit more. There we go. Okay, now a few remnants. Kaowool, stick it in there. I'll tamp it down with this piece of metal in a second. There we go. Nice. Maybe a small little piece on this side still. Okay, and now cover that up. Put a nice thick coating of this in there so you won't have any blowback or any fibers coming out. And that should be. The nice thing about this is when you're done, and let's say you want to put in some new burners or whatever, this furnace cement just breaks out. It doesn't stick to anything because it's really porous, and it turns into like a kind of like a stone sponge, the texturing of it, because it's very porous, right? So everything's nice and covered, pretty, and take these off and put these back.
until I feel it stop. Don't want it to move. There we go. And then tighten it down with these. Beauty. There we go, guys and gals. Fire this thing up in a few hours, and as soon as it gets heat, it'll expand, seal itself off, and we're ready to go. Now the next question is, will this be able to make Damascus? We're going to try out 3 layers bandsaw blades, Nicholson file, 3 layers, Nicholson file, and 3 layers bandsaw blades. So this is, in total, it's going to be 12. Oh, where's the other one? It fell. Where is it? There it is. Okay, 12 layers. So I'm going to clean this up on the belt sander, tack weld them together, and stick it in the forge and see if we can do some Damascus. Okay, it's been welded up. There it is on my handle. Let's see what we can do. Okay, we're gonna leave this to cool down, take all the teeth off, square her up nice, and then see what we got. There it is, nicely cleaned up. We're gonna, as you can see, there's the layers in there. Let's stick it in the acid and see what happens. Cool. It does Damascus steel, or pattern layered steel, pattern welded steel. Ta-da! And there you guys have it. I ran this guy yesterday for an hour or 2, maybe longer, and these are rock solid, perfectly sealed in. The inside, look, nice and white like the rest of the forge. See if I can focus in there, right there. Yeah, reaches forge welding temps. This thing is amazing, absolutely fantastic. I think if I ever do reline this, I'll do 2 inches of Kaowool instead of just the inch, but as it is now, this thing is a beast, and I love it. Piece of refractory. Oh yeah, that's one thing I didn't show. I bought a piece of, you know, furnace brick or whatever, and I threw it in there for, you know, so that the flux doesn't destroy my forge, and I melted the brick. It's like glass now, like completely like glass. It's like green glass. Yeah, so I took that out of there, and yeah, well, there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this build, and I'll talk to you in a second. Finally done. After I don't know how many weeks now. Yeah, it was quite the experience. I am happy to have had you guys along with this, and I think the only thing I would change in future, like I said, is do 2 inches of Kaowool instead of just the 1 inch, because the outside gets pretty hot. I did use stove paint that's good up to, I can't remember, 1500 or 800 degrees or something, and it's held on pretty good. I haven't had any fumes come off, no smoke, no nothing. and I can forge weld inside my shop with no smoke, which is amazing. So I think the next video after this is just going to be a quick run through, a shorter version of this build, just for, like I said, the people that come into the channel and, oh look, a forge build, and they stick around for 2 seconds and go, whoa, that's awesome, and then they leave. So I'll do one of those, and this part 1 and 2 is for you guys out there that would like to see a step-by-step build of a forge and things that you could run into, maybe an idea or two you can steal, take, it's yours, I give it to you. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit the like and the subscribe. Please share this. Every time you see someone I want to build a forge, throw my video out there, my link. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch you on the next video. So yeah.